Hello coin enthusiasts, and welcome back to NT Coins World, the channel where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today we have a very exciting episode lined up for you. We will be discussing two incredibly valuable one-penny coins that hold a special place in numismatic history. If you're a collector, or simply someone fascinated by the world of coins, you're in for a treat. We're going to explore the 1928 one-penny coin and the 1939 one-penny coin, both in fine condition, and unpack their rich history, unique features, and potential value in today's market. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's dive into the fascinating world of these British pennies. Let's kick things off with the 1928 one-penny coin, a significant piece in British coinage history. The year 1928 marked the tail end of the 1920s, a period of economic turbulence. Yet this coin carries with it a legacy that has stood the test of time. First issued during the reign of King George V, the 1928 penny was part of a series struck to reflect the monarch's image, which had become one of the most iconic representations of British coinage. The 1928 one-penny coin was minted in bronze and features the familiar design of King George V on the obverse. His image, designed by Bertram McKennell, shows him wearing a crown facing left with the inscription Georgius V DG Brit Omn Rex FD Ind EMP. Component placement, which translates to George V, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. This classic design has become a hallmark of the early 20th century British currency. On the reverse, we see a depiction of the penny featuring a seated Britannia holding a trident and shield with the inscription 1 penny and the year of minting. The design symbolizes the power and unity of the British Empire. The combination of the bronze composition and intricate designs makes this coin a stunning piece to hold in your collection. The 1928 1-penny coin has a mintage of approximately 10 million, which in terms of rarity isn't as low as some other British pennies, but it is still considered a valuable coin in the right condition. The fine condition you've mentioned is key here, as coins in fine grade are those that show moderate wear but still retain much of their detail. In fine condition, this penny retains its historical elegance and can fetch a respectable price in the market. The market value of a 1928 one-penny coin in fine condition typically ranges from $25 to $50, but certain factors like demand, auction results, and buyer interest can elevate the price. It's important to note that the coin's value increases if it shows less wear and retains more of its original mint luster. However, the rarity of the 1928 penny really shines when it's found in higher grades. Coins in extremely fine or uncirculated condition have been known to fetch upwards of $100 to $200 at auctions. Beyond its intrinsic value, the 1928 one-penny coin holds significance for collectors of British Commonwealth coins, as it represents a period of transition for the British Empire. Collectors with an interest in King George V's reign often seek out these pennies, especially in high-quality grades, to complete their sets. While the 1928 penny is not renowned for having significant error varieties, some collectors are keen on finding coins that exhibit minor striking errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies. Although not as prevalent in the 1928 series, these errors can significantly increase the coin's value, sometimes multiplying it by several times its normal worth. A rare error variety could potentially see prices soaring into the $200 to $500 range or more, depending on the severity of the mistake. Keep an eye out for subtle details like misaligned dies or double strikes. They can make a seemingly common coin a valuable discovery. The 1928 one-penny coin also carries historical significance. During this time, Britain was recovering from the aftermath of World War I, and the Great Depression was beginning to loom on the horizon. The penny represents a small but significant part of the daily life of those living through challenging times. A penny could purchase basic necessities, and the 1928 coin thus symbolizes the economic struggles and everyday life of the interwar period. Now that we've explored the 1928 one-penny coin, with its fascinating history and market potential, let's move forward and take a look at another coin from a similar era, the 1939 one-penny coin, also in fine condition. This coin, minted just a few years before the outbreak of World War II, offers us a glimpse into a period of great change and upheaval, and it has a unique place in the world of coin collecting. The 1939 one-penny coin was minted during the reign of King George VI, just before the world was plunged into the turmoil of World War II. This coin shares a similar design to the 1928 penny, but is significant in its own right, as it was one of the final coins minted before the outbreak of the war, which would forever alter the course of history. The design of the 1939 penny is very much a continuation of the King George V penny series, with King George VI image on the obverse. The image, designed by Bertel Thorvaldsen, depicts the king in profile, facing left, wearing a crown. The inscription around the image reads, Gorgiv 6 Dei Gratia Brit, Omn Rex Fide Defensa, Ind Imp, meaning George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. On the reverse, the familiar design of Britannia holding a trident and shield is once again featured, along with the inscription 1 penny and the year 1939. The design was both a representation of British strength and resilience, traits that would become incredibly significant as the nation stood on the brink of war. The mintage of the 1939 one-penny coin is estimated to be approximately 11 million, slightly higher than the 1928 penny, which makes it relatively common in comparison to other rarer pennies. However, the 1939 penny in fine condition remains highly sought after, as it represents one of the last peacetime issues before Britain's involvement in World War II. The fine condition of this coin means it shows moderate wear, but the design still remains relatively clear, and the coin retains its historical charm. In fine condition, this coin is generally valued between $20 and $50. However, just like the 1928 penny, coins that are found in better conditions, such as extremely fine or uncirculated, could see values of $100 to $150 or even higher, depending on the auction or marketplace. The 1939 one-penny coin is often in demand among collectors interested in pre-war British coinage. Given the historical significance of the year 1939 and the fact that it marks the final moments of peace before the war, these coins hold a certain sentimental value for many. The economic hardship of the period, coupled with the looming war, adds a layer of intrigue to these pennies, making them desirable to both history buffs and coin collectors. As with the 1928 penny, errors or varieties in the 1939 penny can significantly enhance the value of the coin. If you manage to find a double die or misaligned strike, the coin could fetch $200 to $300 or even more at auction, depending on the rarity of the error. Like the 1928 penny, the 1939 one-penny coin is not particularly known for being associated with any major errors. However, as collectors continue to scrutinize older coins, slight imperfections such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or die rotations can make these coins more appealing to the right buyer. If you happen to stumble across one of these varieties, your 1939 penny could be worth significantly more than the standard estimate. The 1939 one-penny coin also has a rich historical backdrop. At this time, King George VI was on the throne, and the world was on the precipice of another world war. The year 1939 is famous for being the year when Germany invaded Poland, an act that led to the declaration of war and the beginning of World War II. Holding a 1939 one-penny coin in your hand is like holding a piece of history that represents the calm before the storm. Both the 1928 and 1939 one-penny coins are fascinating in their own right, offering unique insights into British history and coinage. Whether it's the 1928 penny's connection to the early years of the 20th century or the 1939 penny's role as one of the last peacetime coins, these pennies provide a tangible link to the past. If you happen to find either of these coins in your collection, you're holding something truly special. Their market value can vary depending on their condition, rarity, and any potential errors, but these coins are highly collectible and are sure to appreciate in value over time. Thank you for joining us today on NT Coins World. We hope you've enjoyed learning about these two incredible one-penny coins. If you have any questions or would like to share your experiences with these coins, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting content about rare and valuable coins. Until next time, happy collecting.